Well, it's time. Playing H-Kkohaku was great. I feel like she taught me the game through a lens that grew my fundamentals as a player like no other. Practically every win with her felt truly earned, and I value that a lot. I'll always have my H-Kkohaku, but now I'm maining CR. Okay, for those of you who didn't know, that's just a copy pasta that's been going around the Smash community, and I posted that in chat like 2 days ago. I keep getting pinged about if I'm actually swapping to CR. I'm not swapping to CR. I have no interest in doing this a whole fuck ton. Okay, I'm staying on H-Kkohaku. The reason I said I was gonna make a yapping video wasn't really to talk about my thoughts on the game, but mostly to talk. But mostly because I want to just talk about Climax of Night. I was going to do like a whole bunch of videos in the lead up to Climax of Night and then shortly afterwards, but I could not be fucking asked to do it. Like, I had a whole bunch of work that I was supposed to do like on this channel, like a whole bunch of guides and stuff. I just couldn't be asked to do any of it, and that's kind of a bad excuse for not doing it, but you know, shit happens. So I have some stuff I wanted to talk about Climax of Night, post climax, and about Frosty Faustings or what. I said the name wrong, but who cares a shit? Okay, I just wanted to talk about stuff, and since I wanted to talk about things, I decided to do a yapping video. One of the things that was preventing me from making this video a lot earlier is the fact that I had no idea what to do as the gameplay in the background. Originally, I was just going to like talk over a set I was doing. Like, I think I did a set with Whisk, and I was trying to do the yapping video over it, but I just quickly got distracted because Whisk improved a lot despite not playing the game for a fuck ton of time, so I had to actually pay attention to the set. So I wasn't able to pay enough attention to what the fuck I was actually saying, so I just ended up tossing the video. And while I have been recording a few of my sets, I have mostly not been in the mood to review them, and if I'm not in the mood to review them, why even fucking bother uploading them? So that's why I've just been barely that's why I haven't posted anything. Like, if I pull up my YouTube channel real quick and I go to the studio, I think other than the video I uploaded yesterday, which I like, half of the reason I even fucking bothered was because I was like, I got really mad at Climax of Night when I lost to KFL, because I lost 10-2, and I was like, damn, I thought I was fucking better than this. And then I was like, damn, fuck Melty Blood. And the last time I uploaded, I think, was right after Climax of Night, when I uploaded all the games that were played in my hotel room at Climax. Yeah, so right after I uploaded that, I think I played a little bit of Melty, but I mostly went back and finished Metaphor, Refantasio, or whatever, and I played a whole bunch of other games. Like, I started learning a shooter for the first time ever, like Stanova. That game, it's my first shooter ever, so I'm learning that with Enkido and Sawara and all the rest of the Melty Blood shooter players. But yeah, I think I also hopped on Regions of Mana as my next JRPG. I've been enjoying it a lot, and after Visions of Mana, I'm probably either going to play in Stars of Time or Persona 3 Reload or Persona 5 R. I have not played either of those, but like, yeah, I was just not playing or recording or even like scripting Melty Blood anything, but I felt like I probably should have, especially considering what's going to happen next month. So, you know, that's why I decided to make a yapping video. It's not because I'm going to swap my character, it's just because there's a lot of Melty related things to talk about. But maybe at the end, since people were curious about my thoughts on Melty Blood and my character, I'll just tack that on at the very end, since it's not too big of an issue. Although I do kind of have to do this within an hour before it gets too noisy in this house. Okay, so first things first, I wanted to talk about my performance at Climax of Night. While I do that, what I'm going to do is I'm going to be labbing a few things for H-Kkohaku. Mostly it's going to be 22C Oki. I have a doc that I've been working on. It will probably be public once I finish doing at least half the cast. I have to literally lab every single reversal and how to do and a setup for all the single characters. I mean, I've already shared it with all the H-Kkohaku players that have asked for it, which, you know, at this point is just Arya, because no one else fucking plays this character for good reason. But you know, it's just, I might as well, if I'm going to use this time to talk about Melty Blood and stuff regarding to it, I might as well do a little bit of the work that I've been postponing in regards to labbing for this game. So what was I saying? Oh yeah, the first thing was first that I was supposed to talk about according to this notepad is Climax of Night. I went to Climax of Night and I did okay. I got seeded for 15th place. I was pretty happy with that seed. I kind of thought I didn't deserve it, but you know, we rock with what we get or whatever. And I got 17th. My bracket path, like, I honestly thought brackets were supposed to be a little scarier, frankly. Like, I knew beforehand that my bracket was going to be Kokuga into toss up. Like, it was between Beats Bido, who is I'm saying their name wrong most definitely, but he is an old Reese player, Reese player from back in the day. But also the person that they were also going against was actually pretty good too. I think it was first H-Kkohaku, and then it was going to be a toss up between Beat or Kokuga, and then after that it was going to be Dalek, and then after that it was going to be Fang. Yeah, okay. Yeah, that's how my bracket path went. Yeah. And if I beat Fang, I got out of pools on winner side. And if I lost to Fang, I was likely going to get out of pools on loser side. But I would have to beat... Who did I have to beat in loser to get out of pool? Actually, no, wait. It was Dalek that I had to beat in losers to get out of pool. So, yeah. It wasn't like... I actually got pretty lucky for my bracket path, if I'm being completely fucking honest with you. Fang is someone I could have won against. I think like the set went up, like the set was streamed, so it was a 2-1. I think he won pretty convincingly game 2. I won pretty convincingly game 1, and then game 3 I kind of crashed out and I failed to do my meaty setup versus him, and I just kept getting fucking 2-2 beat into bullshit Oki. And you don't know how it works when you have to hold Sasuke Oki as a H moon. It's just like, yeah. It makes you want to kill yourself. Anyway, that happened, and then I got sent to losers versus Dalek, who I frankly wasn't all that worried about. Like, Dalek's pretty good, but I don't really think, as they are now, that they could take a first to 2 off of me. So I just played like that, and I just played Omega fucking safe. Like, I just played the mid-range and let Dalek hang themselves, because luckily for me, I played Dalek in like 3 or so casual sets before the bracket. So it was like, yeah, I already did my download back in the lobby, bro. You better have changed it up a fuck ton, or I'm just going to do the same game plan I was doing out there. And the same game plan worked. Alright, so I have to slot before I can import the save. I don't even fucking know where I saved this shit. I think it probably saved it on my desktop, so I'm just gonna need to put that off the screen. What else did I want to talk about in regards to Climax? Oh, right. I want to talk about more how I lost to Jog, because I beat Shinobi, which is actually something I was not expecting to do, because normally the thing is that Shinobi usually washes me on H-Arc, or at least it's sort of even, at least, you know. Like, it's even enough for me to be for me to have been worried about how well I would have done. So I was like, oh, I'm probably going to lose Shinobi and just get out at 33rd or whatever. But partially because the setups didn't have sound, and partially because Shinobi was running the whole Climax of Night bracket, I was able to squeeze out a win versus Shinobi. Oh wow, I forgot how well I saved shit. I need to test DPs, I think, versus Koma. Yeah, I need to test all his reversals. It's okay, so after Shinobi, it was either going to be Jog or Chase. The expected path was Chase, but what happened is that because Jog and Chase played their set on a setup that had borked sound, because the day of the day of, yeah, day 2. I think. I don't think top 8 was on the same day as day 2. Was it? Shit, it might have been. Yeah, top 32 was day 3. So very early in the morning, day 3, the setups weren't working with in regards to sound, and apparently Jog uses sound in order to hit his one frame links on F-Kkohaku. So he was dropping like a motherfucker, and then Chase wasn't dropping. So Chase, they won the set versus Jog, and Jog was pissed, and then I had to face versus Jog in order to get top 16 or something. I think it's top 16, whatever. So if you've ever watched a video of me playing versus Jog, you would know that my record into him is dog shit. I just played like a spaz, and I played really bad. I think the set is probably uploaded on YouTube because H-Kkohaku, she went through all the Melty boxes and got all the sets for the tournament bracket. So I think you can find all the pools matches and all the top 32 bracket matches as well on YouTube. I'll probably link to them in the description once I'll probably remember. I mean, I'm not doing that much today other than this, honestly. So after I lost to Jog, I was kind of disappointed. I was going to cheer on Zay, but then they lost to Xiao. They were like, at one moment, Zay was beating Xiao, and I was like, yeah, okay, this is free. This is a wrap up. And then I come back, and he's still fighting Xiao, and Xiao is up a game, and it's like a last round. And I'm like, oh shit, what happened? Xiao just restarting. Xiao just adapted Omega Hard to Zay's trying to shield anti-air, and it just kind of fucked Zay over. Okay. And after that, after Zay got out, I was like, man, I don't really feel like rooting for anyone. And then I heard that Ryder actually beat Chase and got into top 8. And then Josh, well, if you were in the know, you knew Josh was probably gonna get top 8. So it was like that was no big surprise, but it was still fun to root for him. And honestly, another thing about Climax that was fun was the C-Tono appearance from Alps. I was not expecting the C-Tono counter pick into C-Kusui, and the coolest part was that it actually ended up working. So I mean, big ups to everyone who got top 8 in Climax of Night. I'm kind of mad that I didn't get to get top 8, but it'll happen eventually, probably, maybe. Okay, so after that, after bracket, I was trying to run like an exhibition, but I'm a dumbass and I did not schedule it. Like I should have like done it, like try to advertise it like before, because I was hoping that I would be able to play in Versus the World, but then apparently that was already set in stone before everything happened. So I was like, damn, I wanted to play all the international players, but there's literally none in my bracket path, and I don't feel like scouting the casual setups for the whole day in order to get games with them. So I just invited them all to a hotel room in order to did my thing freeze? Oh, shit, it froze. I hope the recording didn't freeze. No, it's fine. That's weird. Okay. There, why is it running at 30 FPS? This is because my headset came out. Yeah, okay. Yeah, that is. I need to get a new wire for this headset. Okay. What was I talking about? Okay, so I wasn't able to get all the international players and play them in bracket or in casuals as much as I wanted to. So I wanted to do an exhibition versus them. So NPC, shout outs to the GOAT, let me run an exhibition in their room. So I just did that, and I played versus all of the international players minus Moai, and like a 1st to 3, and I think I did pretty well in the exhibition. Not like amazing. The setup was not the greatest. I kept dropping a lot of my bateau loops and 1 frames on the setup, and I noticed that almost like I was trying to do it for most of the Alps set, but shortly after the Alps set, I was like, fuck it. If I can't land the shit, I cannot land the shit. I would just play with the baby combos and try to position myself to not lose. So that's just what I did for the rest of the. That's what I did for the rest of the exhibition. And then surprisingly, JG actually went through, like, he actually VOD reviewed the exhibition. He didn't VOD review it with me. He VOD reviewed it when I was on the train or on the plane home, and he just pinged me a lot. And he was like, "Yo, dude, you would have won a lot more of these if you managed your meter." And I was like, "Damn, you're right." And I was like, "Yeah." And it was like, it was nice to have JG look at one of my sets and not go like, "Yo, you're neutral here," or "It's kind of whack," or something like that. And it was mostly just like very small nitpicks. But I guess while I'm at, it's nice to know that I'm at the level that, you know, it's mostly just small nitpicks that need to be addressed as opposed to big gaping glaring flaws. And yeah, that was it from Armor vs. the World. And the trip home was relatively uneventful. I think we saw, like, I took the train home, and this time I remembered that the train actually cost money. So, you know, I have to react to a throw. I need to find something to react to it that doesn't lose to the bomb. What is it that's getting counter hit? What is 236C not involve frame one? It's that. Okay, I just turned it off. So my trip home was uneventful, and after that, let's see what the next thing I had to talk about on here. There's a little bit of Grand Blue, but no one fucking gives a shit about Grand Blue on this channel because I'm so inconsistent. But for those of you who do, I did win Guild War. I barely did Guild. Also, I forgot to turn the stupid frame thing on so I can make sure I'm doing the dash correctly. It's page 7, I think. 6? No. It's draw something. 8. Page 8. Okay. Okay, so Guild War, and it was win Guild War. I barely did win Guild War because my win grid is okay because I farmed it all because I have good fire, but I don't have any of the win characters, so win Guild War sucked ass. It was not fun. And honestly, it is looking to be the same for Water Guild War. I legit actually farmed everything up for Water Guild War. That dash is too slow. I farmed everything up for Water Guild War, but I don't have Gabrielle, and it's looking like she's going to be Omega Core. And if she is core, I'm going to want to hang myself during farming meat. At least the good thing about Guild War is that it's not as annoying to farm all the meat and stuff anymore. I need to react to the thing. That combo won't work. Okay, done Grand Blue. Back to Melty Blood. What did I write down here? Oh, yeah. So this was something, this 22C labbing I've been doing right now on the screen is mostly something that was supposed to be done like months ago, but I've just been slacking off on it because I have not been in the mood to play Melty. So now that I'm working on it, the idea was supposed to be to finish it like a whole ass month ago, but it's now looking like it probably won't be done until the end of the year. The idea was to have like a full guide for all the things that could happen post 22C, and, you know, labbed out in a way so that if you played H-Kkohaku, you would know how to use the 22C Oki. Because I feel like you gotta incorporate it mostly just for meter management purposes, less alone the unblockable. More the fact that you can actually like control your meter a little bit with this, because H-Kkohaku sort of lacks any good ways to manage her own meter that isn't kind of haphazard. Like you can append 236 at the end of a combo or something, or do 63C or something. Like you can use, like you can end a combo with like and get Oki anywhere, but usually this is not worth the meter. And it has like, the idea is just to make sure H-Kkohaku can cycle her meter better. Because what I've been doing right now is I've mostly been working on my meter management and working on what the fuck am I supposed to do in neutral versus better players. And this whole 22C setup is mostly supposed to give me better meter management versus stronger people. I don't like how it gives the opponent like 156 meter. But like H-Kkohaku kind of just gives out meter like candy anyway to her opponents, so it's like it really be like that. There's nothing much I could do about the fact that she just gives so much meter to the opponents that you have to deal with EX reversals up the wazoo. Also, another thing I was going to yap about is I just kind of just grown out of chatting in LG, and I too slow of a dash. I keep I need to buffer it better. Um, I used to be a lot more active in LG, and I think people who were around when I first started. I mean, it doesn't have to be a perfect dash, but I'm just trying to aim for consistency, really. I need to react to that throw with JC. Or like a neutral jump, so as opposed to a back dash. Back jump. Okay. So I used to be a lot more active in LGNA as a talker or just shit talker. I don't think I really contributed much to like quality discussion in LGNA. Nowadays, I just do not talk in there like at all. And it's not really out of like hatred for anyone or anything. It's mostly I just gotten annoyed. That's not a good option. At least I know it's even when I make a mistake there. Like right now, there's like 5 people in LGNA that are in there frequently that I would like to talk about multiplayer with, and it's like Zay, Sane, Skeleton, Alps, yeah, that's frankly it. If you're not on that list, no offense. It's not like you're bad at the game or anything. It's just I probably just get annoyed slightly talking about Melty to you. And it's like that's mostly me being a jackass as opposed to people being dumb or whatever. Like I've kind of come to the realization that I am not very patient, nor am I very good at explaining things in regards to Melty. So I'm like one of those numbers people that just blurts out a lot of like I've already learned this stuff, so I'm bad at explaining people who haven't learned it. So I come off as standoffish or jackass when I try to talk to people about this. So like it's not other people's fault really. It's just I don't know. And I'm trying to not be the I'm not trying to be the villain anymore like I was when I first started 3 or 2 years ago, where I was frequently being pretty rude and standoffish to people. I'm just not interested in being that person anymore. So like, there's no reason for me to be trying to talk in Melty Blood LGNA if they're not one talking about Melty Blood and two that's not good. That's actually wait, I wonder if you could go there for that on reaction. Huh. Yeah, so there's not much point in me talking LGNA if I'm going to be rude, so I just don't talk in LGNA that much. It still happens sometimes, and I apologize for the people I do piss off, understandably, because I'm a little standoffish. I wonder, but that's mostly like the. Okay, so it looks like it should be. Okay, I don't even think you need a double jump. Oh, but okay, you do need a double jump. Okay. Gonna write that down. Punish. Okay. What was I talking about? Oh right, yeah, how I'm not an LGNA because I don't want to be a jackass to people on accident or whatever. Next thing. I'm sorry for being. See, this is like half the reason I got rid of like the other videos in which I was talking about Melty Blood that I didn't upload because I just got distracted while trying to lab something or trying to play the game, and like ended up being a useless video, I feel. But I feel like this one is just going to be sort of low effort, and I'll just upload it because I probably won't have any time to record this any later today. So well, the next thing I wanted to talk about was Frosty Faustings. I think I said it right. I might have not. It comes up on the 26th of January. And right now, I am currently going to be fundraised to go to Frosty Faustings. I was actually pretty surprised about the fact that I was going to be fundraise at all to go. So apparently, yeah. So what they're doing is we're doing a, since MBAC is a main game this year, along with Third Strike and Blaze Blue Central Phantasma. Not Central Fiction, bro. I'm an idiot. Anyway, since it's a main game this year, what's happening is that they're donating. We're raising money, like 2,000K goal, in order to get me, Sine, Nick, Chase, Ryder, yeah, all. Did I not count? Okay, I probably miscounted, but Zapoke can already go, so it's just like getting the 5 of us, me, Nick, Sine, Chase, and Ryder, to go to be able to go to Frosty Faustings, because I was like, I could go, but I don't feel like spending money on it because I'm a little tight on money. But then the community is like, oh yeah, we can fundraise. And I was like, oh shit, really? Okay, I'd gladly do a exhibition in order to fundraise money for me to go out to an event. So, you know. So I'm pretty happy that I got, you know, told that I was gonna be fundraised for. I mean, it's a big, like, it's just a really nice opportunity, and I would be glad to show out. And I'm gonna try to top 8 ideally. Like, it's not gonna be as stacked as Climax, so it'll probably be doable to top 8 if I actually get fundraised for. But I don't know. This is the part where I want to start talking about my character a little bit, because the joke at the beginning about how I'm swapping to CR, well, it is 100% a joke, and there's nothing ever. I'm probably never gonna swap off of H-Kkohaku for as long as I play this game. This game has been getting on my nerves a little bit. Like, at first, it was just like because on one hand, I'm gonna stop labbing this. I did a little bit of labbing. I didn't do as much labbing as I should have, but whatever. I can always finish this later. Guy who's been saying that for a month and has never finished shit later, but you know what? Forgive me. No one else is going to do it, and nobody else cares about it, so it's not important. Who's a good character to showcase this with? I don't know who that is, actually. F is probably the best to showcase it with. I just had issues with H-Kkohaku, and it's not like issues that I'm going to solve by swapping to a different character. I kind of understand that at this point I'm kind of locked in on H-Kkohaku. Like, I actually have a lot of fun playing her despite her issues, so it's not like I'm ever going to solve this by like swapping to C or whatever, because I don't have that much fun playing C-Kkohaku, despite the fact that their game plans are somewhat similar. Like, at least when it comes to 2B and 2C. So, like, that's... Like, a lot of people are like, oh, the normals are similar, and H-Kkohaku is so good with her normals, forgetting the fact that, first off, maybe set the enemy to all guard, I think. Yeah, all guard. H-Kkohaku 5CC 5A does not keep you that push out that far. So when you're running strike throw on H-Kkohaku, and especially when they're crouching, you just get to do. Oh wait, Tono's too tall. I mean, even still, you just I think. Yeah, you're still in range for a throw. Like, on other characters, the 5A just whips and the throw's a lot easier. But Tono's tall, so like, H-Kkohaku gets to like just randomly throw command grabs, and while H-Kkohaku, her block string offense is like nowhere near as good as C's, because her normals are just much worse. Like, she doesn't have 4B, her 5C is worse for block string pressure because it just pushes out so far, and the hits are, especially if they start EX guarding, like dummy settings. I think it's extended settings, probably page 2 on extended settings. Like, trying to get like a 5B or anything to cancel after one of the hits is blocked it's so annoying. Like, I still consistently get stuff like miss inputs. Like, it's easy when it's being done in like training mode. I'm gonna try to do it versus a real person and try to like stagger stuff with versus EX guard with the multiple hits of 5C. Like you can see my inputs in the 5 cancel is being eaten like half the time. And there's also the fact that this happens relatively frequently where they get pushed out so far by the EX guard that the rest of the hits don't even bother connecting. And it's like, yeah, lovely. And then I'm pushed out to the point like even my 2C is not even gonna hit. I'm just, yeah, it's trying to run block string offense on this character is a pain in the ass because half the time, like if I set the computer to just jump in response to the block string, when you tag them with, that's probably gonna be jump. Yeah, it should be just jump. Yeah, okay. When you tap them with 5B, this is all you get, which is nothing. But then the only other way to catch a jump is with this, which is a lot of stuff. But like this is like a full 6K. But the issue is when they don't jump, or they just don't press anything. I'm now minus 26, like, or minus 19. Like when you do the overhead, it's not even that bad. Like the frame advantage is slightly off because of EX guard, but when I do this, sometimes people fail to punish because when she rolls, she doesn't have collision, so people sometimes like dash through her and they do the combo wrong, or they end up dashing through her with like a 5A and the 5A gets crossed up because she has no collision. At max range, it's like relatively hard to punish this because, you know, you have to do a dash button in a game with no buffer on your buttons. It's like, despite the fact this overhead is garbage, it's not that bad. But this, it's like if you hit something, like if they get counter hit. Yeah. Okay, if they get counter hit, like pressing like a B or C normal or something, like it's still pretty good. But like H-Kkohaku has to make those sort of risks in order to stop the fact that like it is so difficult in order to just dash up and claim space on her pressure. Like she can't even walk up in 5C. Yeah. Like even in this situation, it's so hard to just claim space against like F Tono. Like I know Tono is a bit of a over exaggeration because all the Tonos and Nanians have bullshit normals for mashing on defense, but a lot of characters have normals that are just like similarly as good. I'm gonna set it to crouch so it's not too unrealistic. Like unless I just like, even when I stagger, unlike most characters who when they stagger they can just go into the BC air throw, I have to go into Bateau loop, which is not easy to hit confirm. Like these are like really small problems in the grand scheme of things, especially on a character who, you know, actually works once everything starts going her way. Like once all this starts happening, like once all that stuff happening, she starts flowing together and she starts getting the opponent to guess for game. Like it's all smooth sailing and it's cheap, right? But trying to get any like sort of consistency versus this character, especially versus good people, is like so annoying. Like there are a couple things that I'm currently working on. Like one of them is like mid-range 2C confirms, because I feel like if I can get people to be more scared of mashing at these 2C ranges, I could probably start getting like more expected like dash in. Like if I set it to here instead, I need to do like keyboard shortcuts for saving save states. Like if I can start doing these combos in game, like, this is one of those things where I have to allow the spacing for every single character because every single character gets hit by this combo slightly differently. Also, if I could do it like mid-screen, like this, and start getting Oki off of it versus the entire cast, if I'm slightly better at that, this would be really good at making my character more consistent, you know? But like, that's the thing, I'm doing all this extra work in order to get a little bit more consistency on an admittedly strong character, right? But the fact that, like, a lot of mid-tiers, like, despite the fact they don't have access to the stupidness that is Bomb Oki, they're able to, like, consistently get their win cons just by, like, hitting the opponent. Like, they don't have to worry that much about DPs or stuff. They don't have to worry about 2A5 DOSing out DPs or anything. They don't gotta worry about doing the proper hit confirm when people stop blocking. Like, they don't have to worry about structuring the pressure to, like, catch jump outs. They just redash, and their redash 5A will catch the jump out or something. They don't have to worry about their character's dash being the tallest dash in the game because Kimoni thought it would be really funny if this character's dash was just stupidly tall for no reason. And also, yeah, your walk doesn't move on frame 1, it moves frame 2, and also your dash doesn't move at all for 7 frames, and it's also one of the slower dashes in the game, despite the fact that you don't move at all for 7 frames. There's just a whole bunch of, like, small issues that combine and make neutral extremely annoying because you don't have B buttons on the ground, really, outside of, like, 5B charge. Like, outside of this, you don't have any B normals on the ground because this has the same recovery as a C normal. Like, this is 36 frames recovery. So it's like, yeah, this move is clowned to be pressing on the ground when it's like 36 frames. Like, it's literally just only 2 frames better to whiff than my 2C. And my 5C is just clown shoes to be pressing on the ground like that. It's 50 frames to whiff. So when you don't really have normals on the ground that you can be whiffing, other than this, which is still just like, it's still, the total duration is still bad, but at least the recovery is much better. Like, it's only like 10 frame recovery, and it's huge. But you can't rely on 5B due to the fact that it doesn't hit crouchers from this distance. So what ends up happening half the time is what they end up doing. Well, that's not what I meant to do. Like, I know this is kind of ranty, but this is the end of the video, pretty much, so it's fine. So what ends up happening, I need to set them to block again. Oops. Is that you whiff, and then they react with a whiff punish, and you're still in recovery of the 5B, because it has a bunch of recovery. And now it's their turn, and you don't have any good defense. Like, see, that's the reason why this is so reliable, because even at max ranges, it'll always hit crouchers. And they can't do cheeky stuff like slide under it like they can with regular 5B. Which is kind of why I'm interested in Q2B and pressure. I feel like I might have been slightly undervaluing it, like when you do it from here. Because most people, once you're at this distance, they're very scared of like dash 5C in order to, you know, quickly gain space or like walk forward 5C. So what they end up usually doing is like they double jump out of the corner, like they like scout with a neutral jump and then they super double jump out of the corner or whatever. So when that starts happening, like, let me quarter dummy. Yeah, if I record a dummy from here and showcase what's typically happening to me, like, people will hold up and then super double jump out of the corner in order to, because it's not really liable. It's set to thing to dummy, my bad. Is it not working? Okay, so this is what happens, right? Like, if they jump like that, it's not really liable for them to, like, air dash and try to, you know, kill me. Because I could always drop the A bomb. Even if I drop the B bomb. Because this is the threat that's preventing them from, like, these two are preventing them from, like, air dashing at me, so they're probably going to, like, hover, right? So they're probably going to do this so that they don't, like, immediately get clipped by the 5B and get put in a slightly bad spot, right? So then this chases them down for me and prevents them from dashing back as much. But the idea is I still have to, like, figure out what to do after hitting this bomb. I mean, that's kind of what I've just been working on in, like, free time and versus sets and trying to see stuff like that could work. But it's like, yeah, I don't know. I kind of went on a tangent. Maybe I should have, like, structured my issue with H-Kkohaku better. But that's, I just want to talk really about Climax of Night, Frosty Faustings, and just why I am kind of on Melty right now. Like, it's still my favorite fighting game, and still the game that I want to improve in the most. It's just like, sometimes, man, sometimes this game just tilts me. And it's pretty easy to explain why. Yeah, well, that's it, honestly, for now. I'll probably start working on, you know, things that I should have been finished with already, like the H-Kkohaku beginner guide and shit like that. But till then, I'll just upload a couple of sets. I might start uploading VOD reviews again, frankly, because that's something I always wanted to do that I just never felt like doing. But yeah, that's it. See ya.